Using an air fryer to make munchies for any sort of gathering is a total must. It just makes food taste better. Today I've got 5 brand new appetizers and handhelds just for you. Watch to the end so you can see what my family thinks about each one of these. And did you miss the big announcement last week? My air fryer cheat sheet is available for anyone in the US to purchase. Go check it out at airfryercheatsheet.com. Are you ready? Let's go. You've been begging for this one. Easy bacon jalapeno poppers. They usually take 18 minutes in the oven, and today we'll have them done in less than half that time. Okay, for this recipe, you're gonna want some cooked bacon. Now, we usually just cook a big batch of bacon right in the air fryer, 380 for 8 to 10 minutes. So this has just been in my fridge. And then you're gonna want, at least 5 jalapeno peppers. You could do more and just work in batches. The filling is gonna be enough to make like 10. And then 6 ounces of cream cheese. We just found this cool squeezable pack, so that's why my cream cheese looks like a frosty. And then some grated sharp cheddar cheese or pepper jack cheese, 2 diced small green onions, and some garlic powder and salt. So chop up your bacon. I'm gonna add about 3/4 of that bacon to my cream cheese and save the rest of it for the very end. I'm gonna throw in a 1/2 cup of sharp cheese and a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. And then here's this green onions that I diced. And then the directions say to beat this all together. So you could get a hand mixer out if you want, but my cream cheese is soft enough that I think I can just mix it all up here by hand. It's been a while since I've made these, and the last time I made them, it was in the oven. So I'm excited to see the results of the air fryer. Now that that's mixed together, I'm gonna just set this aside for a minute so all of those flavors can mix in together. Then we're cutting up these jalapenos. Don't be afraid of jalapenos. It's only the seeds inside that make them super spicy. Otherwise, they have awesome flavor. Go ahead and just cut them open. And then one of the easiest ways is just to use a spoon and de-seed that jalapeno. Just pull all the membranes out. And then if you want to leave a little seed in there, have a little extra kick, go for it. But not in my house we aren't. Then we usually like to just wash them, make sure we get all the seeds out. So if you do wash them one more time after cutting, go ahead and just pat them dry. Then you're just gonna get a spoonful of that filling, pop it right in there, fill up that jalapeno. Oh yeah. Now these are super great because you can make them up ahead of time and just keep them covered up with plastic. Then when it comes time to party, whoops, you can get about 10 halves right there in your air fryer basket. Husband's got the last one. Yum yum. All right, in these go. And I'm gonna do 350, and we're gonna give it about 5 to 7 minutes. I'm gonna go with 5 because I wanna crank it up at the very, very end and put more bacon on. 5 minutes later, oh, look how beautiful those are. So now for the final touch, I'm just gonna put some bacon right on top of these. By the way, when I make my bacon in my air fryer, when we do our big batch, we undercook it slightly. Then we can just reheat bacon for a quick morning breakfast right in the air fryer, and it just kind of gives it a few more minutes to cook too. Now that we have that all set, I'm gonna throw that back in the air fryer. This time I'm gonna punch it up to 400 and just give it about 3 more minutes. This right here smells divine. Check that out, y'all. All right, I've got Logan here to help me taste test. Do you know what these are?
No, I do not, but I just want to eat it.
It's like, it's a little hot. They're jalapenos. Can you handle it?
Of course.
Yeah, there's yours.
Right.
What?
Oh, hot.
What do you see there on top?
Bacon roni.
Bacon. Okay, ready?
Oh. What?
Braces got in the way, huh?
Whoa, ho, ho, ho. What's in the middle? Like what? Whoa, what is that? Wait a minute.
Oh, you just took all the cream cheese. Whoa, there we go.
That is actually so good. Okay.
Tell me your thoughts.
I am not the biggest jalapeno fan, but that is so good. I don't know what's in the middle of that.
Cream cheese, bacon, onion.
That is crazy. Dude, is there any more?
Oh yeah, no, there's more.
Dude, no, but that's actually that's the biggest, that's probably one of the best 5 out of 5s on this channel. That's really good.
Wow. Not spicy at all, huh?
It's not, oh wow, that is really good. I still have it in my mouth.
So, 5?
5.5 out of 6 out of 5, dude. That is so
6
good.
out of 5.
That is
there
so
we go.
good.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so good.
This one just might be my hubby's favorite, but don't tell him I told you. I'm calling these stickless Hawaiian Kebabs, and I think you're gonna love them. Now for this one, you just need some pineapple. Today I just bought some already cut pineapple and some ham. This one's about 3 pounds, and I'm not even going to use all of this, but you do need a big solid chunk of ham because we're going to cube it. And then lastly, if you have my cookbook, the barbecue sauce recipe on page 249 is amazing. But I ran out and I don't have time right now to make some, even though it's really fast. So we're just using some Sweet Baby Ray's. And lastly, you can use some skewers for this. That's how it was originally written. If so, you need to soak them for about an hour and be sure to cut them to fit your air fryer. Or you might have this in your air fryer accessory kit. I have lost one of the skewers, and this whole rack contraption really is not necessary. You could just go without either and just chunk up your food. So get your ham. You're gonna want to do about 1-inch cubes. Remember, 1 inch is 2 fingers, so oops, I went a little thin right there, but that's okay. I'm gonna just kind of make up for it cutting this direction. Just get it somewhat even. And you really can do as much or as little as you want. And I'm just gonna double check my pineapple here. It is, yeah, about 1 inch cubed, so we'll just stick with those. Then just go ahead and thread the skewers if you're using them. Usually we can fit about 5 chunks on there, right there. If you're doing skewers, then you'll just use a pastry brush and brush the barbecue sauce all over the ham and pineapple. And if you're not using skewers, just throw some barbecue sauce on top of those pineapple and ham chunks and stir it all up till they're nice and coated. And because I'm gonna cook these both ways, I'm gonna use my instant VersaZone so I can take this middle out if I want to. And then these always do have that forced preheat. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started at 400, and we're gonna do it for 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna hit start and it's going to preheat. Okay, now it's chirping at me, letting me know it's ready. Now, remember those air fryer accessory skewers do come with this little rack. Not really 100% necessary. I think I'll just try it out today. And then I'm gonna just pop the rest of this right here in the basket. And I'll just spread those out a little bit so they're not quite touching. And then we will just, will we pop it in? I think that might make it too high, actually. Well, let's see what happens there. We'll just give it a whirl. All right, here's my little cook reminder. Those seem to be doing, oh, it's my shake reminder. Those are looking pretty good. And let's just go ahead and give these a little stir. We're really just reheating everything, getting things charred. And that's just because the ham is already cooked. Be careful with these. Yeah, that's not really working great to flip those. I think what I'm gonna do is just ditch this rack here, and now my little kebabs can just sit over here. Everything's looking good. Now, if you recall, I started that at 8 minutes. It's got 3 minutes left. If after checking, like you decided you wanted to add a little more time, get a little more charred, you can always just add right there while it's air frying. Most air fryers let you do that. And there we go. That looks perfect. Okay, these ones are like shish kebab, but not shish kebab.
What is this?
So this is ham and pineapple, barbecue ham and pineapple. It's like Hawaiian non-shish kebabs.
So I do not like pineapple, but I'm going to try it.
Okay, I'll have the other half. You're not sick anymore, right?
There's no way. That's actually kind of good.
Oh, it's so sweet.
That's the first time I've ever ate a pineapple without like getting disgusted. I'm not even joking. Like I always like, ugh, a pineapple, but that is like.
Okay, and then this is just ham with barbecue sauce, like roasted. Yeah? Thank you, son.
So
tasty. What do you say?
The pineapple and the ham have the same thing, same flavors. That is really good. So should I rate like each one or all together?
Yeah. What do you rate for the pineapple ham? Hawaiian.
Honestly, I like the pineapple more than ham.
So I do not like pineapple.
I'll give it a 4.5.
Okay. I say 4. I think it would have been better if I did my homemade barbecue sauce.
Oh, that would be that was so good.
Yeah, but still good and super easy.
Super easy.
You've heard about onion rings, but that's boring. Check out these cheeseburger onion rings. For this one, you're gonna want a pound of ground beef, a large white onion, or if you can't find massive ones, get 2 medium-sized ones, salt, pepper, onion powder, some flour, some panko or breadcrumbs, add egg for the dredge, and some cubes of cheese. To that ground beef, add in a teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of onion powder. Then just go ahead and mix up the seasonings in the hamburger. We're gonna do that very first. That is gonna give the time for all the seasoning to kind of melt into the raw hamburger. All right, you're gonna wanna peel your onion, and then we wanna cut these into large rings. So anywhere from 1 to half of an inch, and then just separate those inner rings. Honestly, it works better if you have a larger white onion, but my store didn't have the massive ones that I was looking for. So go ahead and separate that out. Now you're gonna end up with some small pieces that you can't really use for this recipe. Not a big deal. A great trick is to just dice them up, throw them in a baggie, and put them in the freezer for another night when you need chopped onions. Then you're just gonna take some of the ground beef mixture, press it right there into the onion, and I'm just gonna fill up all the ones I wanna cook up. Just fill in those gaps. Then we are not done. Then you're gonna just get a little chunk of cheese, pop it right in the center of the beef mixture, and we got more to do. Then get another little piece of hamburger meat and cover up the cheese. The goal at this point is just to get your whole little onion ring all full, just like that. All right, then when you've got this, we're gonna go ahead and dredge it in the flour and then throw it in some egg mixture. Just coat that all up. Then we're gonna put it in our panko mixture. I actually have a mix of the Italian breadcrumbs with the plain, so that's okay, right? That's totally okay. And just press all of that in, and then for now I'm gonna set it here on this parchment paper. And now I'm gonna just lift these little onion rings, well, cheeseburger onion rings, set this right in the air fryer. And here's where I'm gonna just kind of douse them with oil. This is gonna help the pancos stay on there and help these get that nice fried effect. Now just raw hamburger patties, I usually cook for about 6 to 7 minutes at 370, but these are a lot thicker, as you can see. And I don't want the exterior to overcook while that interior is not all the way done cooking. So I'm gonna go 350 for 8 minutes. I'm dropping the temperature down from normal. I'm gonna give it a little extra time so the interior of that ground beef can cook up. All right, so what we're gonna do right now, look how nice that looks. Let's check that internal temperature, see where we're at for ground beef. We wanna be right at 360, and you can see typically 8 to 12 minutes at 370, but I don't really want this top to get more toasty. So I'm gonna put it back in, bring it back down to 350, and let's give it 4 more minutes. All right, now you can see the top didn't over brown, so that's super awesome. And we'll just take a temperature of that meat. Now I am cooking with a dual blaze, so I've got that burner on the bottom, but I do want to give them a flip just because I'm using the parchment paper. And so you'll want to spray the other side after you rotate. And now I'm gonna bring this temperature up. Since we've almost hit that correct internal temperature, I'm gonna bring it up to 400, and we're gonna let it run for about 3 more minutes to finish everything up. And these have been resting since I've been doing a few other things, but we will take a temperature, and look at that, we're at like a 174. These are ready to enjoy. Now, Livy was gonna help me taste test these delicious cheeseburger onion rings until she found out there was onion involved. So what do you say about onions?
I don't like them.
You don't like them?
I don't.
So I will just give it a taste test. I'll let you know how they are. Okay?
All I want to try is everything but the onion. So you can just
Okay. If I take the onion out,
yeah, so just take the onion out.
dip it in ketchup. It's kind of dirty. It's crispy, huh? A crispy hamburger with cheese in the middle. What do you think?
Not good.
Pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 3. It's a lot of fun. You know, it's a fun concept, but it's more work than I like. And, you know, onion rings are a little challenging to eat, right?
With the onion, I would probably give it a 0 because I don't like onions. And without the onion, I would give it like maybe a 3.5, 4, something like that. But it's like it's pretty good.
It's a fun little crunchy presentation. Yeah?
Really good.
There we go. Air fried tortellini. Let's go. For this one, you're gonna need some tortellini. I'm actually using tortelloni today, which I Googled and found out tortelloni is apparently just a little bit bigger than tortellini, but it looks about the same to me. I'm using fresh. You can use frozen and cook it. If you're using fresh, you don't need to worry about pre-cooking it. And of course, some salt, garlic powder, basil leaves, a pinch of cayenne pepper, and we're gonna use some panko breadcrumbs. If you don't have panko where you live, it's just dried breadcrumbs, so you can make that on your own. And we'll need a little flour and some Parmesan cheese and some beaten eggs. We got a cup of the breadcrumbs. I'm gonna add in a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried basil, and I'm gonna throw in a splash of salt and a pinch of cayenne pepper. And then just give that a nice little mix up. So now we've got the fresh tortellini, and I've got just the flour here, just the egg, and then our panko breadcrumb mixture. And the first step is to throw your tortellini in the flour. And the whole point of this is you're basically giving the egg something to stick to. If like your food is way too dry and the flour is not even sticking, just get it slightly wet. Then I'm gonna just get the excess flour off the tortellini and dredge it here in the egg. And to make things super simple, I'm just gonna stir it up here in my little egg batter. Then if you use like a slotted spoon or spatula, that'll help everything drip off. Get those big old egg chunks away, and you can just stir those up right there in the dredge. And then because we're mimicking a deep fry, I do want to put some oil on the bottom of my air fryer. And once you have all of those placed in your air fryer, give the tops a spray. It's gonna help the coating stay on the tortellini. Put these up. All right, so we're gonna bring that up to 400 degrees, and I'm gonna run it for about 5 to 6 minutes. And then if you have an air fryer that has a shake reminder, go ahead and set that. I'm using the dual blaze today, so I've got a burner at the top and the bottom, so I don't have to worry about flipping. And now it's time to take a peek. Look at that. Oh, I hear the sizzle. All right, this right here is air fried tortellini, and you can dip it in some marinara sauce.
Not a big fan of tortellini either, so.
Not bad.
Wow, that is so weird.
Crunchy.
It's like, I don't like tortellini, I don't like pineapple, but like, it really makes them taste like good. The texture too, I love that. Crunchiness.
What do you give it?
The sauce. Probably, yeah, 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5.
Okay. I'm giving that one a 3.
3?
Not my favorite appetizer. Yeah, but still good. Still good.
The fact that it made me like tortellini, that's just crazy.
I think the air fryer makes you like pretty much everything.
You just gotta try peanuts in the air fryer.
He's allergic to peanuts, so we won't do that. No. Good job. These are perfect for a big game or an afternoon with friends. Check out this super simple way to make cheeseburger sliders in your air fryer. So we got a pound of ground beef, and I'm adding in a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of black pepper, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then just mix that up. You could do any sort of hamburger blend that you like, or even just do plain hamburger, but it just tastes extra nice when you can season it up a little bit. Then we're gonna set this aside. Okay, then you're gonna want some Hawaiian rolls. And if they don't have Hawaiian rolls where you live, that's okay. Any sort of dinner roll like this will work out fantastic. Now, I'm gonna use the Kasori Pro 2 today, and obviously my sliders aren't gonna fit in like that. I'm gonna break off these 3, and it looks like for this particular air fryer, I'm just gonna have to do 9. If you have a slightly bigger air fryer, you might be able to do like 4x3 with no problem. You can leave all of these rolls attached as one, and then just use a bread knife to cut these in half. Now I'm gonna just get my ground beef here, and I'm basically gonna make one massive patty. This is gonna go on the top of the rolls after I cook it. Now this is gonna be nice because all the grease is gonna drain through the little cracks here, but it could maybe be a little challenging to lift out. So if you're worried about it and you don't mind having the extra grease, you could use the air fryer parchment liners, or you could make a little foil sling right under the hamburger. You just wanna kinda get it to match the size of your rolls that you're gonna place this on. All right, this is ready to pop on in. So remember on the air fryer cook times cheat sheet, I can look here, I see hamburger. You cook right around 370. It's gonna be anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. Again, that just depends on how thick your hamburger is. I'm gonna bring it down to 10, since my hamburger's a little thinner, and I'm gonna do that shake reminder. And then once that starts cooking, you could just dice up some onions if you want them on top of your hamburgers. Okay, there's my shake reminder. Wow, that ground beef's looking good. Quick internal temp tells me I am almost there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw some onions right on top, just to saute them while that hamburger cooks. And if you want to, you could spray a little oil. Since we're so close, I don't think I need that full 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna bring it down to about 3 more. Now I'm gonna make this optional glaze just because it's so good. So I've got a 1/4 cup of butter that I've melted. I'm adding in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of Worcester sauce, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and then give that a stir. Everything is mixed up together. So now our hamburger is done and it shrunk a little bit, eh? I'm gonna just use a spatula and lift this massive 1-pound patty out. And there's the grease at the bottom. I should have remembered and put some foil down underneath the basket. I just dumped that into my trash can. I'm gonna just wipe up that excess grease and wipe up this grease too. And now I'm going to adapt and we'll just do 6 sliders here in the basket. So now I think I'll change the recipe to do 2 pounds of ground beef there in the air fryer. 1 pound works great for 6. And now I'll just throw some cheese down on there, cover that up. Now I'm gonna put just about half of this glaze right on top of the rolls. Oh, yummy. Let's go. My pastry brush is dirty, so I'm just gonna use a spoon to brush that around. Now let's put that back in the air fryer. And we're gonna bring that temperature down nice and low because we're just trying to melt the cheese up. So I'm gonna bring it down to 330 and let it run for about 2 to 3 more minutes. And now the moment we've been waiting for. Here we go. Then just take those right out of the air fryer with your spatula. Wow, wow, wow. And then you can sprinkle sesame seeds on top. That didn't really work, did it?
Crammed in the middle.
I know, it didn't work too great.
That's not gonna taste so good.
It'll taste fantastic.
Look, this one doesn't have like any. That one doesn't have any. I think this one has the most.
All right, you ready to taste test?
Yeah. I just had one burger thing and now I'm having another burger.
All right. I forgot to take off the onions. Pause. Take off the onions. We'll take off the onions. There was just a few. Okay, I think the onions are
I still
gone.
saw some onions, but it's fine.
There, that corner should be safe. Onion free. Ready?
And I don't taste any onions.
Great flavor.
Really great flavor. Is it because of this stuff on here?
The glaze. Oh, it's all good.
Everything's good.
I'm gonna give it a 4 just because it's a little more labor intensive than I like, but it's pretty tasty. What do you say?
I'd give it like a 4, 4.5. I don't know.
Pick one.
Maybe I give it a maybe like a 4.5.
4.5? Yay. Guess what? It's dinner tonight.
Yummy.
Hey, we've got like 20 more air fryer appetizers for you right here. And don't forget to snag your air fryer cheat sheet at airfryercheatsheet.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.